Hard work, the most raw and obvious way to reach something. Maxime Lagacé. My friends, our hard work is 10 to 15 minutes each and every day, and it seems to me that for most people, it's finding that time each and every day. But you know what? If it's important to you, you will do it. It's important to me. I do it each and every day. I even come here every day and sit down and recap the market for you guys and get it all out. If I can do that in my busy schedule with all of the things I'm doing for my own investing and my own work, you can find 10 to 15 minutes. You can't be that busy. If you are, then you're just wasting your time right now. But if you'll find that time, if you'll make that time, it will be worth all the time you spend, my friends. Don't worry about how long it takes, because once you master these charts and these markets, hey, the world is your oyster. Early retirement possibilities, all those things that the average man or woman dreams about but never attains. And we talk about it every day here if you will just put the time in. Let's jump into these charts. Everything down. Is it surprising? Of course it's not. We saw this coming. We've talked about it going on 3 weeks now. Remember when we saw the markets start to ebb? We saw this last up week, and then we saw the week beginning the 31st of July where we had a green spinning top. I warned you, don't know that everything's going to die right now. We saw this same kind of thing back in May and on into April. Let's see, and I'm sorry, that was just all in at the end of April and May. And then things took off again. So we were cautionary, but then we had the week start with the red down candle. Our jumping in point was at the end of that first week. And then what happened last Monday? Last Monday, you saw Michael Burry, the big short guy. Dr. Burry did what? Bought like $1.5 billion worth of short positions on what? The S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. And I did my little post on Twitter and said, hey, he agrees with us. Has he been watching our show? Of course he hasn't been. He can read a stock chart. He knows what the hell's going on. And those of you who follow us, you saw the same thing ginning up as it all started to occur. Down again today, 0.77%. Now, I hope that you initiated your practice trade. We're not a stock calling service. We're an education firm. We educate. We don't advise. We're not your financial advisors. You got to learn this yourself so you can make your own decisions when the time comes that you have the knowledge base to be able to do it wisely and not have the sharks on Wall Street steal everything from you, because that's what happens to dummies. What happens to those seals swimming around with the killer whales? They get eaten. First they get toyed with, they get beaten really bad, then they get eaten. So we don't want to be those fools. So what do we see going on? Of course, another down day, 0.77% for the S&P 500. Look at the 2-day chart. Again, this is the weekly trend line. We track it on all 3 charts. Why don't we use the weekly trend line? Because we're trading off the weekly chart. Why don't we trade on these smaller charts where we could have more trades? Because I want big money trades on big charts. Short money trades, looking for anomalies, looking for market inefficiencies. I don't want that. I want to go with the flow, man. I want to be able to jump in there, take one ATR on trades regardless, and then on the good ones, let them run like we did, up 12% here. So again, it just makes sense to follow the big charts. Own what? Stocks and ETFs that are chartable. How are things chartable? Backtracking. In fact, I'm going to put the backtracking training at the end of today's video. Those of you watching it on YouTube, you can take that training too and understand what backtracking is about. You'll get a lot out of it. So that's where we are on the S&P. I can go through the NASDAQ 100 by just saying the word ditto. Just copy that. You see the same thing occurring. We saw it peter out. In fact, it petered out quicker than the S&P, and it appears to be down more, down for the day 1.09%. Going in the direction that our charts tell us. Now, we've been talking, going on the 3rd week now, We saw things get screwy here. This always ticks me off when I see charts get screwy. Didn't trust this initial move, but man, when it pulled over 2 weeks ago and started going down, we've now surpassed the low during that week. And they got a nice red down candle, no up movement there, jumping in, writing it down. Look at all that volume. Look at that crazy high volume. What does that tell you when you see crazy high volume? Hey, as a matter of fact, I got something special for everyone who is a subscriber at chartingwealth.com. It is free. I'm not talking about the YouTube channel. I'm talking about our website. If you go there, sign up, put in your email address. That list is never spammed. It's never marketed to anyone outside of us. And the only time we ever market that's when we're offering a training. I've done one of those and it filled up immediately. That was several years ago. When I get my energy up and I want to do it again, I'll do it. But I don't have any plans for that right now. However, I will tell you that we put a special training there every day. If you go sign up and you get our email, the email includes the video that you're listening to right now, plus it includes that special training. And the special training that we have for you today is from the chapter that I've recently written in our new book, yet to be named, but it's about the three-wave trading method. It's going to have a cool name, going to be a cool ebook. It's actually going to be one. It's not just going to be an ebook, but it's going to have in it not only words, but also videos to help you fully understand what it is we're teaching. So the training we have there is the volume training. You will get a great deal out of that. You will understand what a peak in volume like this means on the week beginning the 31st of July on 20-year bonds. Why that's so important with that crazy Jesse Livermore would understand this. Finest trader ever lived. You will see the import of that. You will understand it much, much better when you take that training. That training is in the show notes for all the subscribers. If you're listening right now and you're not subscribed, it's probably too late for you to get it. But just email me, cw@chartingwealth.com. I'll see you get a copy. Okay, let's keep moving along. Well, yes, you see, on this weekly trend line, well below on the 2-day, well below on the half-day, things moving in the right direction. That's down 0.42%. Gold. Look at that nice big down candle in gold. We've been short gold here since starting last week. Why? Because the charts told us. Look at all these 2-day candles going down, all these half-day candles going down. Gold is going down. And look at the volume this week already. It's not Friday yet, and we're up to the average. So good sign, going in the right direction. What about Bitcoin? Yes, Bitcoin down 4.37%. Why are we glad to see that? Because we need Bitcoin to pull back sharply. We want it to pull back. We want to see it pull back. Why? Because we want people to lose money? Of course not. We want Bitcoin to pull back so that we can hopefully see things reset so that when it does start to move up, we can track and practice trade it. When you don't have a chart that moves around in ways that you can backtrack, which is what that training at the end of today's video is going to be about, then you ain't got nothing. You got to have charts that move in discernible patterns. That's what backtracking is all about, to discover if that happens. Hope I'm making sense today, folks. As you can tell from my enthusiasm, and this is enthusiasm over years in the market. Why? Because I love it. It is dynamic. It is fun. It is so wonderful to see the green on your account balance, to know that you're doing things smart, that you're not a dummy out there just getting screwed over. I love it. Don't be a dummy. Learn how to chart these stocks and ETFs. The best way to do it, 10 to 15 minutes each and every day. Practice trading every chance you get, and you can do this. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.